Today for math, we're going to start off with describing and extending a pattern of coins. Today you are looking at a page from your own math journal. So if you have your math journal, you will be able to see this. But this is a coin pattern, and I would like you to think about what will come next in the pattern. I want you to look for a pattern in the coins. What will be the next coin in the pattern? Maybe you will want to say the pattern to yourself. Maybe you will want to write the pattern out. But what will be the next coin in the pattern? The next coin in the pattern will be a penny. And if you remember from a previous lesson, sometimes we write a penny with the penny symbol as a capital P with a circle around it. On this slide, I have written out the pattern, but I have divided the pattern to better help me see the coin pattern. On the previous slide, we have penny, penny, nickel, dime, penny, penny, nickel, dime, penny, penny, nickel, dime, penny, I bet that's how you saw the next penny. So this is how I divided it up. Penny, penny, nickel, dime, and that breaks up my pattern. Penny, penny, nickel, dime, penny, penny, nickel, dime. This is our coin pattern. It helps to draw or say the pattern out loud. If you are going to keep on writing the pattern or extending a pattern of coins, making some space down here, we have penny, penny, nickel, dime, penny, penny, nickel, dime, penny, penny, nickel, dime. We would keep going with penny, penny, nickel, dime, penny, penny, nickel, dime, penny, penny, nickel, dime. This is just like a pattern that you would see on a number grid or a hundreds chart. Patterns are like puzzles, always trying to figure out how to put together the pieces, deciding where everything goes. Well, today we are going to solve number grid puzzles by using patterns that you find in the number grid or hundreds chart. So this says the boxes in this puzzle are part of a number grid. Fill in the bold boxes with the missing numbers. You can use a number grid to help you. Now I want to go back to where it says fill in the bold boxes. Probably should do that in blue. Fill in the bold boxes. Bold. I have put blue squares around bold. Bold, maybe you've read a book before and you've seen words that are like a thicker, darker color. That means that the words are in bold letters. These boxes that are a darker, thicker ink, those are in bold. I put blue squares around them just in case you wanted a little bit of extra help to know which one was bold, which ones were bold. But the ones that are darker black, those are bold boxes. So it says the boxes in this puzzle are part of a number grid, also known as what we look at as a hundreds chart. Fill in the bold boxes with the missing numbers. You can use a number grid to help you. And I want to remind you that you have a number grid in the back of your math journal. It looks like this. You can use this to help you solve that puzzle. So I am going to give you a few minutes to help you solve that puzzle, and then we will go over it. Did you notice any patterns while you were solving the puzzle? Remember to look for patterns. Someone spelled patterns wrong. Or maybe the letter looked funny to me. Remember to look for patterns in rows and columns. That was in our lesson where we looked at the hundreds chart, and I pointed out rows and columns going in ones and tens. That our hundreds chart increases by ones going across or decreases by ones going backwards in rows, and if we use our columns, the numbers increase or get bigger by 110 as they go down the number grid, or they decrease or get smaller by 110 as they go back up the chart. So we have filled this in. Just the bold boxes here are filled in. 56, 74, 52, and 34. Now if you remember, this number right here was already filled in. So one answer was given to us, 54. Now 54 has a row right here, and that can help us fill in this bold and box and this bold box. I know that if I'm going this way on a hundreds chart, the numbers are getting bigger by 1. So 54, 55, I'm just counting by ones and getting bigger, and 56. And I know if I'm going to go this way on the hundreds chart in rows, my numbers are getting smaller by 1 number. So I'm going to just go backwards by 1. 54, 53, 52. Now once again, my number right here in the middle is filled in. And I am looking for the numbers above and below. I know that if I am going to go this way down the hundreds chart, my number is going to get bigger by 110 down each box. So I know that if I'm going down below to this box right here, 54, and one more 10, not 1, but one more whole 10, 54 plus 110 is 64. And one more 10 is 74. It is getting bigger by 110 as I go down the hundreds chart. 54, 64, 74. The numbers keep staying the same in the ones place. 4, 4, 4. But the number in the tens place gets bigger by 110. 5, 6, 7. Now if I go back to 54, which is my starting number, and I'm going to go back up the hundreds chart or the number grid, my number is going to decrease or get smaller by 110. So sometimes it can be a little bit harder to go backwards by tens. Well, something super important to remember is the number in the ones place doesn't change. We can see that pattern. 4, 4, 4, 4 right here. Oh, I bet you there's going to be a 4 right here. If I'm going backwards, 7, 6, 5, 4, 44. Or I think 54, my 4 is going to stay the same. My 4 is going to stay the same. And my 5, I'm going to go 1 less than the 5, which means which is really 50. So what's 110 less? 40. 44, same thing. 110 less than 40 is 30. 34. And now my pattern makes sense. 34, 44, 54, 64, 74. And this matches the pattern that I know. As I'm going in rows, it goes by ones, and I'm in columns, it goes by tens. Oh, lose my little picture. There we go. So, the boxes in this puzzle are part of a number grid. This is what I want you to do. I want you to fill in the bold boxes. Remember, it's the ones that are in blue. I want you to think about what would go in these bold boxes. What would be the missing numbers? So this puzzle I want you to do without using a number grid. So you see something just like the previous number grid puzzle where we have a starting number, 78. For 2 of the bold boxes, I want you to think about how you figured out the missing numbers. You didn't just guess, you thought about the patterns that you've been working on with the hundreds chart, the number grid. The patterns that you know about with rows, with going by ones, the patterns that you know about with columns going by tens. How did you figure out at least 2 of the bold boxes? You can fill in the other missing boxes to help you, but the most important ones to fill out are the bold boxes. So see if you can do this puzzle without using a number grid. You can do this on a separate sheet of paper, and I want you to think about, for 2 of the bold boxes, how you would tell how you figured out the missing numbers.